What's up, everything Browns Nation? We are live 7 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, cold in Columbus, hopefully warm wherever you are at. Now, we're going to have some fun as soon as my phone loads up and I can get to the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you're watching on. And let me know if it's cold, if it's hot, if it's okay. And let me know how you're feeling this afternoon, evening, whatever time it's at where you are. It's time to talk Browns football. Arizona coming up. Cincinnati in our rear view mirror, and a whole bunch of news to talk about on our Browns. Dog check in the chat. I don't even know anybody asked me for it, but I'm going to give it to them anyways because I can't see the comments, but that's okay. Let me know how you're feeling. Ben, cold where he's at in Pennsylvania. Must win Sunday. Go Browns. He is on an iPhone. Appreciate you, Ben. Shout out to you. Clyde says, what's going on, Corey? If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And if you're on Facebook, let me know how you're feeling with the emoji wherever you are at, how you're feeling. Ben says he is feeling good. That's good. You're feeling good, Ben. I'm feeling okay. I guess. But our Browns, it's been a rough week, happy week, sad week. I don't know, because we beat the Cincinnati Bengals, but was it a good win? Was it a sad win? I don't know how to feel about the victory against the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not quite sure, because a lot of people tell me a win's a win. Well, is a win when you're going against a one victory Bengals team and you're not happy with what you are seeing? Some people say, hey, you're spoiled, 27-19. It's a win. Take it. Greg says, join my Facebook group called the Dog Pound Baker. I will join your group, my good friend. Ben said, go Bills Sunday against the Texans. The Browns win against the Bengals was an ugly win in my estimation, but that's just me. You let me know how you feel about that victory. It was an ugly win. I thought the defense didn't look good. Andy Dalton had his way too much of the game. He went up and down the field, and the play calling, my goodness, where do I start? We know where I'm going to start with the play calling. I'm going to start with Nick Chubb. It seems like it's a reoccurring theme. Nick Chubb. He had 3 carries, 2 carries, pick one in the first half. Why? I don't know. Cincinnati can't stop the run as good as I can stop the run, and I don't play in the NFL, but we decided let's get pass happy. Let's just spread it out because we're a juggernaut at passing the football. Somebody told good old Freddie, let's just spread them out, let's pass it and show them we're a juggernaut. Now I know Cincinnati's terrible. Maybe he wanted to work on it. I don't know what the game plan was, but when you have the leading rusher in the NFL coming into the game and he gets 2 carries or 3 carries for 7 yards, I don't know which one it was. So until somebody corrects me, I'm going to say both number because one of them is right. That is absolutely pathetic. Yes, I'm complaining, but that's okay. 7 yards for Nick Chubb in the first half. Scott says play calling has cost us 3 to 4 wins. Facts. And he agrees. The Jets win. I knew things were bad back then. Keith says a win's a win, but they didn't look good at all. I agree. Cheryl says, hey, Corey, dog check.
Dog check!
Appreciate you tuning in. Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are at. A win is a win. Don't get me wrong. But going into the Bengals win, let's be honest. Let's have some truth serum. Let's go. When you went to this game, what did you think? What were you thinking when you started watching this game? All right, guys. Let's go. It's time to finally get clicking on offense. Put some points on the board. Kind of like the Miami game, right? That's what we thought. Well, that's not what happened at all. Interceptions, turnovers. Now I know the Njoku, that I don't know what the heck that was. The referee didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. They called it a fumble, and then 22 minutes later they said nope, an interception. That was terrible, but that's not the point. Then in the second half, they said, okay, let's just run the ball. Oh, we got a guy number 24. Let's just give it to him. And it worked. By golly. We're going to run the freaking ball. And it worked. Amazing. What do you know? Nick Chubb ran the ball and the whole game changed its complexion. Now I know this isn't Einstein stuff. This isn't, oh my goodness, you are amazing at what you're doing. No, every Brown fan knew as soon as you give the ball to number 24, good things are going to happen. The line blocked. Number 24 ran. Change of the game. We are a running team, whether we like it or not, the coach likes it or not, opponents like it or not. We are a run-first team, regardless of the personnel. Get it through your thick skull, coaching staff. Run the freaking ball. I wasn't happy with the win. 27-19, but I wasn't happy. Now I know some people are going to say, hey man, come on, a win's a win. Yeah, we won against the Bengals 27-19. I wasn't happy with it. I wanted to look more dominant. Baker didn't look no better against the Bengals. He didn't look good at all. I know I'm probably sounding nitpicky, but come on. 2 more interceptions, I believe it was. It's not good enough. I know one wasn't his fault. David Njoku just got outmanned by the linebacker. He almost had another pick, but it got called back due to the interference. He missed OBJ on a touchdown because he decided, I'm just going to throw the check down. I don't care what I see. I'm throwing a check down. OBJ beat his man, burnt him. It's just those things this late in the year that I'm looking at. I call it how I see it, but we're still alive. That's the positive thing coming out of this game. We are still alive. Clyde said, I didn't know I don't have confidence in this team. It is what it is. And I just call it like I see it. Keith says amazing. Nick Chubb leads the league in rushing the way they use him. That is quite amazing if you think about it. Nick Chubb leads the league in rushing. And sometimes we go, where is Nick Chubb? And he leads the league in rushing. You would think it would be Christian McCaffrey by now. Dalvin Cook's been up there. But no, it's our guy, Nick freaking Chubb. Nicholas, I forgot his middle name. I should have wrote it down. I said I was going to write it and I forgot. Nicholas freaking Chubb is leading the league in rushing. Ben said there's still a chance, and Scott said hand the ball off to Chubb. Hunt, mix them up in the backfield and you correct the red zone woes. Too many empty backfield sets and pass happy. Terrible, unacceptable. Freddie Kitchens is Baker's kryptonite. I agree, Scott. Good comment.
Dog check!
You get a dog check for that comment. I'm so sick of 5 wide, I don't know what to do. Every time I see 5 wide, I take my hat and I throw it. If I'm not wearing a hat, I take my wristband I got here and I throw it. If I'm not wearing a wristband, I throw something I can find. 5 wide is kryptonite for this offense. I want more 2 tight end set, 3 tight end set, power football, play action. Hello. OBJ still keeps that safety back no matter what people say. I don't care about his numbers. They are worried about that man. The safety does not come up. That helps the run game. Hello. Run the ball, power run, play action. Stop this 5 wide nonsense. But what do I know? Nothing at this point because we still run 5 wide at nauseum. But hey, and Ben was talking about the playoffs, but hey, there is still a chance. Myron says Chubb is the bright spot for the Browns. Yes, sir.
Dog check!
Get a dog check for that one. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. On Facebook, hit the emoji of how you feel about this team. Happy, sad, angry, thumbs up. Let me know because we're in the rumor season during the season. If that makes sense, hopefully I made that make sense because our resident wide receiver star, our quarterback, has kept us, hey, if we're not winning games, we are winning the headlines by far this season. I don't know if that's a good thing, and I don't know if that's a bad thing, but we are at least winning the headlines. Yes, we are. OBJ is gone, according to everyone except OBJ. I don't know. He hasn't said he's gone, but every reporter, beat writer, you name them, columnist, Twitter handle, Facebook guru, Instagram novelist. That made no sense, but it sounded good when I said it. What's an Instagram novelist? What in the world is that? That made no sense. But anyways, he is gone. Goodbye, OBJ. That's what they're telling me. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it, when it comes out his mouth, when I see it on the Twitter. It used to be the ESPN ticker, but it will be on Twitter first. Is he going to leave? I don't know. You let me know. I don't believe stuff till I see it. I don't believe in rumors. He's going to Green Bay. He's going to Dallas. He's going to New England. He's going to San Francisco. He is going everywhere but staying here. Jarvis Landry came out today and said, hey, he wants to stay here. He is doing everything he can. He's being a leader on the field. Freddie Kitchen. Now listen, whatever Freddie said, I was like, whatever. All right, whatever. Freddie says he hasn't said anything to me about it, but everybody and their mama under the sun is saying OBJ is gone. How do you feel about this situation? Are you tired of it? Or are you saying get rid of him? I am tired of OBJ. I am sick of him. I'm done. Trade him for a 5th round pick. I've seen some crazy stuff on the internet about people just tired of OBJ. They're just tired of it. Just get rid of him. I'm done. Listen, he's under contract. Like, people just want to get rid of people really fast around here. Like, I'm done. Yo. He's under contract. Like, it's up to us, first of all. But I'm tired. Get rid of him. Let me know how you feel about the situation. Where are you at with this? Ben says we beat Arizona, beat Tennessee. Well, hold on. We beat Arizona. Houston beats Tennessee. Bills beat the Steelers for 1 game out of going into the Ravens. That's a lot right there, man. That's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot. I see what you're saying, but that's a lot. And then you gotta beat the Ravens. I'm just saying. But I see what you're going with it. You're staying optimistic, but that is a lot. And I gotta depend on Houston, man. When I seen from Houston last week, I don't know, man. They're Jekyll and Hyde. They are Jekyll and Hyde. Brian says, I just looked it up. Chubb's middle name is Freaking. I like it. My man, Brian, I like it.
Dog check!
Turtle says, well, I guess we have to wait and see about OBJ. I am on the wait and see train myself. Wait and see. Listen, I can go on Twitter right now and say, hey, the Tennessee Titans are first in the running for OBJ. Now, nobody's going to listen to me because I don't have 1 million followers. But if you have a big following, people will go, oh my goodness, my sources say. So who knows what's going to happen with OBJ? Scott says, honestly, head coaching change must happen. If we wait too long, we will have lost most of the talent. McCarthy would have this team fighting for the division. Right now, not a slim chance for the playoffs. New coach and Sergi will have OBJ happy again. That can all happen this week, says my guy, Ben. It could happen this week. We got to do I'm just worried about us and let the chips fall where they may. I wasn't even impressed with Cincinnati. So beating Arizona is not on my, well, that's a done deal. Cardinals in the bag. We have to win our game first and let the rest happen. I hate relying on other teams. And I do agree with, who said that? Scott. I do agree with Scott, and we're going to get on Freddie a little later, but just a prequel to how I feel. Listen, man. I was wrong on Freddie, man. At the beginning of the year, he had me rah-rahing. Woo! Go, Freddie! Nah. And I'm going to get on Freddie later. But I agree with what Scott Jones said about the coaching. A lot of his coaching. And like Bill Belichick said with Nick Saban, two people I don't like. Ugh. Good players can't overcome bad coaching. And he made himself as an example last year against the Miami Dolphins. And that's all I'm going to say. Good players can't overcome bad coaching. And Zach said, personally, I don't care if he leaves. Talking about OBJ, he hasn't helped Cleveland that much. I'd rather have Perriman back or like an Alshon Jeffrey or something like them. Go after an old lineman, not this year, and maybe, I don't know. Well, I would push back on that a little bit. He has helped this team. It's just not in the numbers department. It's the diversion. It's the distractions that he caused. That safety never comes up when he's on the field. Now, he doesn't have 10 touchdowns. He doesn't have 1,000 yards. Not all of that is his fault. But Nick Chubb's job's a lot easier because of OBJ. Now, Nick Chubb is a beast, don't get me wrong. But there is never going to be a stacked box when OBJ's on the field. They're not just going to stack it like, yes, forget the passing game. We are just going to stop the run. They should, until Baker proves that he's just going to read that field and dissect it. I would at this point, man. Forget that. Man, pass it. I would. Pass it. Prove to me you can just beat us passing. I would just let go, Baker. Go. I would at this point. But it's the threat of OBJ. So I wouldn't say he didn't help. I can get the frustration, though. I understand it. But to say he hasn't helped and you'd rather have Perriman, I wouldn't go that far. Because if you put Perriman out wide with Landry, guess what they're going to do? Look, take Landry away. And that's Baker's safety net. And Freddie doesn't play Hollywood Higgins, so he ain't going to be on the field. Who are you going to throw to? No one. Because they're worried about Beckham and Landry just one-on-one. Woohoo! Yeah, by myself. So I wouldn't say he wouldn't help because they are distracted by OBJ. I get the frustration. But if he doesn't want to be here, if the rumors are true, of course you got to do something. Of course. But I wouldn't say he hasn't helped. Listen, we all have our opinions. That's why we do this. Voice of the fans. I'm not saying I'm right. Maybe you're right. But I don't think he hasn't helped. It just hasn't been in the numbers. None of us believed he would only have 2 touchdowns here. That at this point in the season, that's a disappointment. But to say he hasn't helped and would rather have Perriman, I don't think that would be a viable option, especially since Hollywood Higgins is basically in the locker room with the equipment people than on the field because Freddie Kitchens, for some reason, doesn't want to play him. I'm not saying Hollywood Higgins is the next Jerry Rice, but I think he's better than Hodge. But that's just my opinion. But that's my opinion on OBJ as far as not helping. I wouldn't go that far. Zach has agreed he does help, but Landry did the same last year. You could say that. But Hollywood played last year. He doesn't play last year. Freddie was a lot better play caller last year. Don't know what happened. Obviously, he's the head coach and he has more to do. He was a better play caller. We had a better head coach last year. That's obvious. I mean, that's just duh. So, different circumstances. I see what you're saying, but the coaching is not the same as well. And Edward says, woof, woof, go Browns, beat the Cards. Where's my dog sound at? Shout out to you. He gets your bark, but I see what you're saying, Zach. But the circumstances to me is not the same as well. Coaching is night and day. And Brian says, OBJ is under contract till 2023. Not his choice. Enough said. It sure isn't. And like I said, until I hear that man say, I want out, I don't know what the story is. I don't know. Listen, you're right. 2023. Unless I get a king's ransom, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not the type of person that goes, okay, no. I don't know what to tell you. But until I hear him say it, I need to hear it first. Everybody can talk about it until I hear it, but that's just me. Zachary says Freddie was 100% better play caller last year, rookie luck. That could be true, but that's all he had to do was call a play. Now he's got to call a play. He's got to coach. And that's where I underestimated the Freddie Kitchens dynamic, was having to do everything. I thought he had the mental fortitude to be able to do it, but I guess I was incorrect, my guy. Zach, that's where I was wrong. Scott says, do you think Freddie calling a second offense that isn't his is the problem? Haley's offense last season was way better production than Monken's. Plus, apparently firing all the position coaches that helped him out has proved costly. Does he not remember Higgins' production last season? Scott, all that is a problem. Everything you just said. Evidently, he forgot Hollywood Higgins had great... Did he not watch preseason this year? Hello, that was arguably his best receiver in the preseason. Second of all, if Monken's offense doesn't gel with you, let him call the plays. But I digress. As far as that goes. I mean, we can just get into him right now. I mean, we're talking about him. So let me just ask the question. I'm just going to skip all the way to it. Has he done enough to keep his job until next year? Has he? William says OBJ has all the heat off Landry. Change my mind. That was my argument. Now that I switched to the Freddie topic, my guy jumps back in, but it's all good. That was my argument with OBJ, is he does take the heat off Landry. Some people agree, some people don't agree. That was my argument. It's a big difference when you have a number one out there. As we transition over to Freddie Kitchens and we're talking about OBJ, that's fine. And that was my argument with the whole OBJ thing. He takes heat off of Jarvis Landry. But with Freddie Kitchens, and we'll get back to OBJ, has he done enough to keep his job? In your estimation, in your opinion, I see some people tell me you can't just keep firing and hiring coaches. You'll never get better. Give him another year. Let him get his coaching groove. That's the argument. I seen an article today that supposedly, I don't know how true this is. I don't know how true to take articles. I don't know if people are just writing this to keep their quota up? I don't know. That Haslam wants to make a change, and Dorsey says no, he wants to keep Kitchens. How true that is? If you heard this, you let me know. If it's poppycock, you let me know. I don't know how true or how untrue that is. Justin says we finished 8-8. Everyone should be happy. Not me. But that's just me. Just because I watched this season and I seen how it was coached. 8-8 is different. There's a lot of different 8-8s. There's talent. There's the way games was coached. There's the way you handle off-field situations. There's stubbornness. So to me, there's different 8-8s. But that's just me. Gregor says run the ball, Chubb time. Randy says OBJ keeps Landry open. And Justin says Freddie is a better OC than he is a head coach. Too much pressure for him at the head coach. Brian says, oh no. Clyde says, nah. So he says no on Freddie doing enough to keep his job until next season. I got a no. I got a he's better as an offensive coordinator. Call plays. That's it. So I got a no. I got an offensive coordinator. Luke says no, he's not. But you can't just keep throwing new guys in. Jimmy needs to shut up and sit down. Let Dorsey run this team like he's hired him to do. So here's my question for the people that say no. That yes, he needs to stay. How long do you keep Freddie with this talent? If you want him to stay another year, so if he's trash again next year, do you fire him? Isn't that just a waste of year? Or do you just say, you know what? We just ride with him and pray he gets better. So say we keep him another year and same results. Doesn't get better at anything. Then what? I'm playing devil's advocate to each answer. Then what do you do? Do you cut bait then and say, well, we just wasted another year? William says, I think Kitchens is a big part of the problem, but also changing coaches every year is a big problem. William says, so we're screwed. Robert says, if we don't have Nick Chubb, how many wins do the Browns have? Freddie needs to go. Justin said, if he stays one more year and nothing changes, he's gone. So wouldn't that be a waste of a year if you just don't get rid of him now? I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'll tell you what I think we should do in a minute. I just want to get the pulse of the fans here. We're the voice of the fans. I'm just on camera. I easily could just click myself off and just talk, not be on camera. But, you know, I'm just a fan just like you. I just want to see what you guys think about the whole thing before I give my answer. I want to thank everybody for watching on Facebook and YouTube. Shout out to you all. I appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't, like the YouTube page, like the Facebook page, follow, share. To all your Browns fans as we go through this up and down, frustrating season that is winding down. Gregory says, needs to coach against penalties and mistakes. He's the offensive coordinator. Calls plays. Scott says, absolutely not. Kitchen has persistently been hard-headed and pass-happy offense that has cost us games. Never learned from that. I lost my spot. My bad, Scott. Learned from that and repeatedly lost us games over and over. He's garbage. Haslam wants him out, and we all know he can't keep his hands out of the cookie jar. Thankfully for us, Haslam said from day one, I'm learning and we'll get it right. Justin said rookie coaches needs 2 years. Robert says, yes, we wasted a lot this year and a lot of time. All of our young guys need played coming up. We are supposed to be winning now. Gage said waste of a year. Fire Kitchens and Baker. Hire Nick Saban. Wow, he just said fire the quarterback and the coach. I wouldn't go that far, but hey, when you're in pain, you're in pain. We'll get the Baker in a little bit too. And get prediction time part of what I don't know what that is, but okay. Here's why I don't know if he's talking about me, but I say you need to fire him. That's me. That's where I'm at. If you've watched this show before, I've said the past couple of weeks, I made videos on YouTube about it's time for Freddie to go. It's time for him to go. He's got to go. Been gone quick, fast, and in a hurry. Get the next Uber, taxi, Lyft, whatever you can find. Drive him to the practice facility after week 17. And if we happen, I don't care how it ends. Unless it's a Super Bowl victory, then that's just obviously stupid. He has to stay. I understand. I'm not that stupid. But I don't think that's going to happen. I am just a realistic person. Gotta go. And it's about how this year has went. Okay? You have a receiver who performed last year in the preseason, was arguably the best receiver. Arguably in Rashard Hollywood Higgins. I'm not saying he's Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, pick a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying that. He could be your third best receiver easily. In week 1, he was doing good till he got injured. He comes back. He's out of the rotation for whatever. He plays one play because of special teams. That's number one. We have numerous times where fans is like, come on, what is going on? Now, people will say, well, Nick Chubb is the leading rusher. He gets carries. Remember in Buffalo where he ran them continuously in the red zone and we didn't get it? That's not the point. You toss it to him. You just toss it backwards. No, it's how you run Nick Chubb. It's when you run Nick Chubb. It's this instantly in coaching. Well, I'd wear the Pittsburgh shirt again. I'd do it again. It's how you coach. It's how you respond to adversity. You can be a rookie coach and make rookie mistakes, but it's the dumb mistakes you've made. Baker has regressed badly this year, and we'll get to him. It's not all on the coach, but part of it's coaching. We are the most undisciplined team I have ever seen in my entire life. Now, I'm not 96 years old, so I'm sure there's an undisciplined team somewhere that I haven't seen. But this one is undisciplined till I can't see. Our best defensive player is gone. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault he took a helmet off and threw it like Thor's hammer, but we're just undisciplined. We are, and that's coaching. It is. And we can say we can keep him and you can't move on. Fine. We can keep him for another year. And if he comes back next year and he is a coaching wizard, I will say I was wrong. I suck. I am trash. I am dumpster juice. End of the story. But I don't see how he gets this much better. We watch games and we want to pull our hair out because we're on the couch. And I know people say, how can you coach from the couch? It's simple things. I can call a QB draw from Josh Allen from a miles away and it runs in the end zone. And you can say, we can blame Steve Wilkes for that. That's fine, but you're the head coach. Don't you oversee everything? I don't know. Maybe you don't, but it is what it is. That's how I see it. I think he needs to leave. Baker has regressed to levels I didn't see coming. We are just undisciplined. I think he has to go, barring some miracle turnaround this year. We lost to Duck, Devlin Hodges, Brandon Allen, who's not even playing anymore. Drew Lock is tearing it up. We just lose to quarterbacks we shouldn't lose to. Kyler Murray scares me to death this week. These are the things I am talking about of why I think he should go. And now let me read the comments and watch me get roasted. And that's why I love this show. All right. Luke says, how many years do y'all want to keep paying 2 head coaches? Hey, I ain't got to pay him, Luke. So we can pay all we want. Haslam got money that I will never have, Luke. Pay every coach you can until you get it right. You got that money. All that money. Now I'm playing. I don't know, but to be honest with you, Luke, being serious, I don't know. But I'm just saying I want to get it right, and I don't think Freddie is the guy. But at the beginning of the year, I thought he was the guy, and I was wrong. I love the speech. If you're wearing orange and brown, you don't matter. I was like, yeah, but I don't know. Luke says, love it. Mike drop. Gage says, I agree. Time for Freddie to go. He has never the right coach for this talent. Hire a veteran coach, focus on defense. Scott says, hey, man, Gibbs wrapped him in a box of Twinkies and send him to Michigan, bring in Harbaugh's brother against brother. Think about time. How about send Harbaugh to the Ravens and give us John Harbaugh, and I'm with you. Ben said 28-17 Browns win. Robert said Dude can't even use timeouts right. You learned that from playing Madden. Justin said Freddie controls Baker. Gage said Thor's hammer, I'm weak. Drew said Baker's regression is from that garbage O-line. That's why we have to continue running quick slants because he only has 2 seconds before the hit. Greg says what coaches will be available at the end of the year? Thoughts? And Robert says O-line got a leading rusher though. I know Rivera will be open. Mike McCarthy after that, I'm not sure. Everybody's saying Bill Cowher. He is never coming back. I say forget it. Bill Cowher is retired forever. Brian says, I think that paper Freddie holds in front of his face during gameplay is the actual Denny's menu. Oh, man. Where is it at? Where is it at? Not the Denny's menu. Yes, our O-line does block great. I will give you that. Who made that comment? Drew Scott. The O-line does block great. Shout out to Gage for liking the Thor's hammer. I'm just saying, man, the discipline of this team is just not good, and I hate it. It makes me sick. And shout out to Ben. We will get to the Arizona game. What was his prediction? I lost it. So many comments. I think he said 26-17, I think, or 28-17. But he had the Browns beating the Cardinals. We will get to that here in a little bit. But speaking of Baker Mayfield, let's get to him. Did you see this much regression in Baker this year? Everybody says a sophomore slump. Everybody says it. Sophomore slump. Get ready for it. Get ready for a sophomore slump. It's coming. But did you see it this bad? Did you see it happening this bad? Let me know in the comments. Did you see Baker being this, let's just say it, this bad this year? 15 touchdowns, 16 picks, 3,109 yards, 18,000 runs from the pocket, 1,600 forces to OBJ. Now, I know a lot of it's not his fault, but some of it is his fault. Sometimes he runs from the pocket when he doesn't have to. Sometimes he can just step right in there and make a throw, but I think some of that is confidence is gone in the line. Some of it may be coaching. I don't know. And some of it's his fault too. Let's just be honest with each other. Let's have a soul-to-soul, heart-to-heart talk, fan-to-fan, truth serum moment. Some of us love Baker. Some of us have jumped off the Baker bandwagon after 1 year. I'm not one person, but I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm like, what the heck was that? Moments with Baker Mayfield. But let's just be soul-to-soul. I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing a Baker shirt. I'm not off, but I'm honest. I'm honest, and that's what I got to be. I got to be honest. But did we see this coming? Some of it's his fault. It is. I'm not ashamed to say it. But did we see this much regression? Be at Ease on YouTube says Ron Rivera should be the next coach. Listen, right now anybody sounds better, so I'm like, yeah. But I want to see all the options. I'm not going to lie. I want to see all the options before I jump into that well. That's what I want to see. All the options before I pick who I want. Robert says Baker will bounce back. Yes, we're live, Robert. We are live. Justin says go after Urban Meyer. What's up, Robert? Glad you're in. Drew says not having Miles and Oliver is killing us too. Collar going to have 13 seconds to play and find. Drew, where are you at, Drew? Let me get you. I
woke up feeling.
You get one of those, Drew. You are right. With no Olivier Vernon, I said Oliver. I said Oliver. Duh. With no Olivier Vernon and Myles Garrett, Kyler Murray is going to be able to do his taxes, call dinner for the night, tie his shoe, make vacation plans for after the season and then find this target. That's why I'm so scared about this matchup on Sunday. I 100% agree with you. Scott said our head coach wears a Pittsburgh started t-shirt, lost our best play over it, and we want to know why we are undisciplined. Kitchen is Baker's kryptonite, enough said. Justin said no, he needs a coach to pull he out. Robert said once we got our O-line solidified, he will be okay. Dude, he didn't have an offseason. He got married, did 8 commercials. Next year, he will be more focused, and hopefully we run more RPO. Hopefully they can get someone who can call a play for him. But that's his fault. He decided to do the commercial, so he does not get a pass for that. Now, he can get married. That's fine. But he did the commercials for the Heisman and the Progressive. And did you get Progressive because he did those commercials? Anybody watching? I know I didn't. It didn't make me. But I'm going to need you to time those Progressive commercials a little bit better. After he throws a pick, I don't want to see a commercial. All right? Show something else. Show State Farm or something. Dang, give us a break. It hurts my soul. Interception. And then he's walking around looking at the fire alarm. Really? Can you time that a little better, please? We don't want to see a commercial after a pick. But that was his fault as far as that goes. Now, getting married, hey, man, do your thing. You in love. Go ahead, man. Congratulations. But commercials, come on. That's his fault as far as that goes. Gage says, never liked Baker. He looks like Kaiser out there, just horrible, but I can't blame it all on him. It's the coaching. Too sorry, Cleveland. He says, sorry, Cleveland. Baker is not the guy. I won't go that far to jump off the cliff yet. I just think we're in the world when we want immediate satisfaction. We want Hall of Fame now. But I could be wrong, and Gage could be right. And then if he's not the guy, Gage can come on here if I'm still doing this show and be like, Corey, see, I told you he wasn't the guy. Listen to me more, brother. Ha! But hopefully he is the guy. But he is not having a good year yet. Justin said, I still believe in Baker. Gregory says, let him call his own plays the rest of the season. He has enough common sense to use the run game when needed. Kitchens is not the guy to call plays. Feed Chubb. Robert says, with a real coach, Baker will be fine. I say Todd Monken calls the plays. I don't want Baker calling nothing. No offense. That's the last guy I want calling the play. Just no. No. I mean, good theory. But that's me. Let him audible, but let Todd call the play in. You know, give him two plays. You know, audible to what you want. But I don't want him just calling it like, yeah, I got this. All right, y'all, let's go. I don't want that. But let Todd call in the play. Here's a couple. What you see, you go audible out of it. Now I can like that, but just take Freddie out of the equation. You just coach the team, man. Coach. We got the offense. Now I would like that. I don't know if I just want Baker just calling everything. I don't know about that. But y'all can let me know how y'all feel about that. I don't know if I like that, though. But it is what it is. Kurt says, I agree. No play calling. He's not ready yet. Robert says Baker was all in the playbook last season. Drew says Baker's the future, bro. Go ahead and buy the jersey. King of the North. And Justin says the drama needs to stop in Cleveland. Robert says, dude's just trying to get paid, but I hear you. It definitely is his fault, but that's what I'm saying. Next year, he will be more focused. I am never going to knock a dude for trying to get his money. I won't, but when you're trying to be the leader of a franchise, you got to pick. Like, now, year 5, 6, 7, man, go ahead. Do all the commercials you want. You are solidified. You have got it. But year 2, man, year 2, I don't know, man. I mean, that's just... I don't know. BIE says Barry. Who is Barry Mayfield? Really? That was terrible. Baker Mayfield wanted Freddie Kitchens. That could be facts. Clyde says, no, I didn't see him being this bad at all. Also, people have film. Coaching is not helping him, and Baker has gone to Hollywood. How many commercials does he have? He just needs to focus. And Brian says, the Fonz from The Waterboy is available. I'm good with that. Shout out to everybody on YouTube as well. Appreciate you guys over there. Curtis says he still can't run when he needs to. He's got to learn when to run. Gage says, don't you dare let Baker call any plays. He can't even read a defense properly. And Robert says, but it was the right time. Dude doesn't get any commercials next year, so we won't have that as an excuse. Hey, man, Robert is doubling down. Hey, let that man live. I like it. Double down, man. Listen, when you got a point, just double down on it. Double down and go. So let's get to Cleveland and Arizona. Give me your expectations, your predictions, and your big dog of the game in the comments. What do you expect in this game? Who's going to win? And that is not the picture I want. Who is going to win this game? And who is your big dog of the game? Cleveland versus Arizona. The only quote I didn't like about this, now, if this is your first time watching the show, I just call it how I feel. Some people don't like me. Some people like me. Hey, it is what it is. I just talk it how I feel it, and that's it. I didn't like Baker's quote. I'm just saying, but you are just really going hard on Baker today. No, I have took up for Baker all year, but this is me versus Kyler for bragging rights. Come on, man. Like, I get it, but y'all in the playoff race, dog. Like, you could have said anything else. But, yo, man, we fighting for the playoffs. We gotta go out here hard. We gotta win. You know, we just one game at a time. All the quotes in the world you could have used. That's the one. I understand you were on the same college team. I get it. I know people are going to say you're nitpicking here. But come on, man. It's just you. You're just giving quotes for people to use now at this point. It's me versus Kyler. This is for bragging rights. No, this is for your playoff spot. This is your playoff life. But it's just me. That's the only thing I didn't like. But I told you this game scares me half to death because I think Kyler Murray is going to have all the vacation time in the world to throw this ball. Like the commenter said earlier in the stream. I wasn't sure who it was, but big ups to you who said it if you're still watching. That's what fears me the most. I mean, Andy Dalton had all day. Kyler Murray, woo! He is going to have all day long. Now let me see what we got in the comments. Curtis says, bottom line, he needs to trust OBJ. Drew said, hate all you want, but Baker will be the first Browns QB to start all 16 games since Tim Couch. Let that sink in. I can't make this up. Good point, Drew. Good point, Drew. Robert said, I'm not trying to roast Baker. Due to talent, 27 touchdowns, and breaking a rookie touchdown record don't come by accident. I believe in him, but this year, dude is straight cheeks. Curtis says, Chubb, hands down, although Hunt's looking great. Two divas on the ground game. Set up the play action, then turn OBJ and Juice loose. Scott said, should be a run-heavy game with play action, just like Cincinnati should have been from the start. Carr's defense isn't good, and we should be able to put up 30 plus. You listening, Freddie? Are you listening, Freddie? I doubt it, but I wish he was. Gage says, big dog of the game. Denzel Ward, 1 interception, and Baker 2 picks. Nick Chubb, also big dog of the game. 2 rushing touchdowns, 150 yards, 3. Cleveland by 3. Robert says 24-20 Browns. Charles says Browns just need to show up and play without a lot of penalties. Amen to that.
Dog check!
Just don't penalize yourself. Let's keep it simple. Justin says the defense has to show up and run the ball to win.
Dog check!
Robert says 20-13 Browns. Curtis says if we play Arizona like we did the Ravens, Murray's toast. Key fact, no Garrett. Boo. Yeah, we missed that guy. Brian says big dog this Sunday is Siebert. Brian also said I read that one. So his big dog is Siebert. Hey, big dog Siebert. I like it. Well, I don't know. That means it's going to be a close one according to Brian. It's going to be a close one. I'm worried about, I told you I'm worried. I agree with a lot of you are saying, but we don't know what game plan Freddie's going to come up with. He may not run the ball the first half. Who knows? Now, I know that's hyperbole. I'm joking a little bit. A teeny bit. Run the ball. Nick, come on, man. Just run the ball. Set up the pass. We are a run team now. End of story. That's it. Our defense is depleted at the line. I don't know if Olivier Vernon's playing or not. Myles Garrett's not coming through that door. I don't have faith in our DBs like that. Just throw it deep. You seen what Duck Devlin Dodges did. That scares me half to death as well. Run the ball with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Play action off of that. Just take a shot deep. It won't hurt. I promise. Give a chance to make a play. If it's there, of course, if it's not there, you don't throw it. But take the top off the defense at least once. Give me one to OBJ deep. Trust them. That's all you can do. Stop forcing slants to him because your guys' chemistry on the slant is not there. That's where a lot of Baker's picks come, is trying to force a slant to OBJ. Now, he's one of the best slant receivers in the NFL, but if the chemistry is not there, it's not going to work. So stop forcing it. Do something different. Take a shot deep. Run Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. I'm off the Hollywood thing. I didn't give up. It's over. We have 2 receivers and a bunch of tight ends because the third receiver is just not allowed to happen on this team. So I have gave up that dream. Justin said, hopefully he's watching your show to get a game plan. Robert said, I wish they would use Hollywood, man, and that dude's starving for action. You and me both, but that's not. Robert says, how many wins is Chubb worth your opinion? Man, well, at least, that's a good question. I say at least 5. Wouldn't y'all say 5's a good number? I say at least 5 wins this year. I'm talking about this year. I'm not talking about total. I say 5 this year. What game has he not been instrumental in? Like, when was he not a reason why we didn't win? Like, when has he not made a big play? I'd say the only game that we won, and I'd have to go back at the stats, but that he just wasn't made. And maybe the only game I can think of is maybe the Jets. Maybe that was the OBJ game. I'm sure he had something to do with it, but that was the OBJ game that broke it open. That was the big play but every game has had a Nick Chubb stamp on it, or should have had a Nick Chubb stamp on it. I can't think of, maybe 2, Miami, but that's the only game I can think of. But Nick Chubb has been a beast. Shave the mustache, put him in the 59 jersey, Myles Garrett. When he fumbled twice in the rain, worst game, but he still might have been arguably the best player. He was still balling. And that's the sad thing. He was still balling when he fumbled twice. He might have still been the best player in that game. And that's the sad thing. And one fumble will get kicked out of his hand. That's the sad thing. When you think about that game. Nick Chubb's the man. But my big dog, let me get to it, and we're talking about him. My big dog of the game is Nick Chubb. I got to go back to the well. I got to think this team is going to finally understand what to do. I think they're going to wake up and they're going to say, you know what? Let's not overthink it. Let's just run the ball, set up the pass, feed our beast. We got 3 more games. Let's run Nick Chubb. He's the leading rusher for a reason. That's my big dog. I'm going Nick freaking Chubb. Nicholas freaking Chubb as my big dog of the game. Cheryl says her big dog is the defense. That's a bold prediction too. And Brian says, will Randall be on the plane since it's too cold in Arizona? Oh, that's a good one. Where's it at? Good one, Brian. Good one, Brian. I like it. Robert said, I would say 4-5. You have to think we have 6 wins. In the last game, he didn't do so well. He had 100 yards last game, though. That's the thing. He didn't get the ball in the first half. So I don't know. He had 15 carries for 106 yards. 3 carries in the first half. And we consider that not that great of a game for Nick Chubb. So think about that. I'm just saying. But that's my big dog of the game, Nick Chubb. And we consider last game, well, not too good when he had 3 carries in the first half because the coaching staff said, we are going to spread them out and throw 5 wide and throw some picks and do stupid stuff. And have Nick Chubb on the sideline next to me for whatever reason. We're going to keep him fresh for what? And then we ran him in the second half and he just exploded. But that's my big dog of the game, Nick freaking Chubb. Robert says, Joe on D, we need the man to lead the troops. Joe Schobert. We'll talk about him next week. I had something to talk about him, but we just had so much fun today. At least I had fun. I don't know about you guys, but I had fun today talking to you guys about Cleveland matters, seeing the different opinions from fans around the world. And that's what I like to do. Then broke a 56-yarder. Exactly, Curtis. Exactly. Nick Chubb, the new, whoa, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say he's the new Barry Sanders. I say he's the new Nicholas freaking Chubb. He's the new Nick Chubb. That's what I'm going to say. I ain't going to call him nobody. I'm going to say he's the new Nick Chubb. But you can call him the new Barry Sanders if you want. I'm calling him the new Nick freaking Chubb. But I got the Browns or the Cardinals. I haven't seen anybody pick the Cardinals yet in the chat? I don't know. I've seen some Browns 28-17. I've seen Nick Chubb, big dog. I've seen defense. Nobody's picking the Cardinals to win this game. If the Browns lose, the playoffs are over. It's a wrap. Night. Now, they got a long shot to get in, but they've got a shot. So they have to win. Their playoff lives are on the line. Baker's, I guess, wager with Kyler Murray's on the line. So a lot of things are on the line this game. So you're all Nicholas Jamal Chubb. You're welcome. But oh, thank you, Brian. Nicholas Jamal freaking Chubb. But you're right. I like Nick freaking Chubb better. No disrespect to you or your wonderful family. I'm not going to change your birth certificate, but I'm going to go Nick freaking Chubb, my guy. Thanks, Brian, for looking that up because I didn't write it down because I sometimes am stupid. I'll say it. Sometimes I'm stupid. But that's not what this is about. You're all on Cleveland because our playoff lives are on the line. Before the season, I picked Cleveland to win this game. I thought we'd be a lot better at this time. There's no way I'm not going to pick Cleveland now. I'm going to go with the score. I thought we would score. I think I said 27-20 last week, if I remember right. Not quite sure. But I'm going to go with the Browns. Browns 26, Cardinals 21. Browns win a tight game. Nick freaking Chubb, big dog of the game, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, and OBJ gets in the end zone off a play action bomb. That's my bold prediction of the game. Browns win, keep their playoff hopes alive depending on what other teams do as we host Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Well, that's it for me. Thank you everybody for watching today. Everything Browns Nation. I appreciate everybody for stopping on by. I really do. Thank you. We'll be back next week talking Browns. And don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Link is in the description on the Facebook page. Check out our videos. Like, share, subscribe, because I give all my opinions. You can like them, you can hate them, you can love them. I just love talking Browns and seeing people's reactions. I get other fans who poo-poo my reactions. It's fun because they're in their feelings. And I love it. But that is it. Appreciate all of you. I will see you next week. Until then, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.